Okay. Good 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 evening everybody. Good evening. Now, I just want to explain something to you guys. You know, I'm a big component of not, lying when it comes to certain things that have to do with constitutional rules. Now, I'm going to explain something to you about Andrew Tate and Tristan Tate's father. That the United States government is, I think they're a bunch of comedians. Number one, Andrew and Tristan Tate's father, Emery Tate, was in the CIA. My grandpa was in the CIA. My other grandpa was doing stuff for MI5 and foreign intelligence and etc. So something I want to explain to you something which is related to these people that are in Florida. Number one, when you do anything like a PSYOP, that means, ladies and gentlemen, when you try and put somebody into a system and you say, I want this guy to become famous, and somebody funds that, the CIA has to find out about that. The British intelligence have to find out about that. And that's something that your Mossad likes to just not BS. So, my question to you, which is a comedy festival to me, and it's in regards to this controller system to begin with. What's funny to me and to you guys in the federal government with Andrew and Tristan Tate, which is this the separation, the segregation of powers. How exactly are you guys paying the corrections people? How are you paying ICE? How are you paying Department of the Financial Services? How are you paying the CIA? How are you paying the FBI? You're using money from the Federal Reserve. So if you're using money from the Federal Reserve, ladies and gentlemen, there's a thing in this section. It's called Leviticus 19. It's you can't defraud a government. It means you can't defraud citizens. So now I'm going to bring something up that's kind of related to this matter with Andrew and Tristan Tate. Now, Trump had an incident where there was 300 accounts opened up. That was done by his daughter. That person that is associated with his daughter is associated with Desiree Perez. Now, what I'm going to explain that's kind of related to Andrew and Tristan Tate, how exactly are you detaining the person? You can't hold somebody hostage. If let's just say they happen to look at a text message, and I know these people in this foreign intelligence, and I happen to say something like, you guys have a coding issue, you guys have a coding problem with a thing like not paying the corrections officers, not paying the police, not paying the fire departments. This is related to Andrew and Tristan Tate's relatives that are here. Not just in the United States, but in United Kingdom. What I'm trying to get to with Capital One and all these accounts and Desiree Perez is exactly has to do with your constitutional rights, and that's the Freedom of Information Act. See, when I was in Harvard University, I got a degree. I'm what they call skull and bones personnel. So the reason why I'm saying all of this stuff to begin with, you're all lying not only to the public, you're having these guys run around in circles. So how are they getting their money is kind of funny to me, because how is Mossad or CIA or MI5 getting their funds? So what, Andrew and Tristan Tate's dad Andrew and Tristan is giving information to you guys, and you're now creating a problem for them all of a sudden? That's quite funny to me. Let me just say this to your United States government when you're freaking Jewish. You send me down there. Try and pull that nonsense on me. Try and pull that nonsense on. I'm John Gachins. Try and pull that nonsense on God's real relatives. Because the guy upstairs is relative. It's my relative. I would destroy you. I would destroy you in this constitutional nonsense, because you have to pay taxes. And you guys that are in Florida with the Supreme Court nonsense, with the federal, you can't keep him. What are you holding him on? Human trafficking? The CIA did this. Your CIA government created these problems to begin with. Your FBI government created these problems. And you did nothing. You did nothing. And the topper of the day, I want to just explain to you something which is kind of funny to me. My own grandfather knew this John George Trump person, and you had both of them killed. You had both of those people killed. And the funny part is, your CIA had tried to have me killed for telling the truth that you lied. The topper of the day is as well, why I'm taking my tie off. This is funny. The topper of the day is, how exactly is the President of the United States running accounts? When you have to actually answer questions in New York that is related to Andrew and Tristan Tate's matters. You can't steal from some of your relatives, Trump. That's the same thing I told Ivanka's friend, Kimberly Kardashian. It's all related to this matter because you have no evidence. It will get thrown out in court. If you had this up in New York, it would be thrown out. So what you're doing to Andrew and Tristan Tate, you're harassing them. Not only are you harassing them, you can't hold a person hostage. So that's all I'm trying to say, which is kind of funny to me. How are you exactly doing accounts? To the Central Intelligence Agency, I'm going to tell you this statement. I sued you guys. I sued the FBI because of this nonsense in Florida. Because you guys are involved with the cartels and you're involved with half of the Mossad people. And those people owe people like my relatives money and the Gachins and Grantners. They owe people money, and you can't even do it in constitutional court or commerce law court, which is civil litigation. Because in Leviticus 19 here, if you do that in the Arabian Peninsula government, which you guys did do with those people, you stole, they would take sticks and beat you to death. So it's kind of funny to me. I'm happy to do this video. It's kind of funny that you're thinking that it's hilarious to ignore John. Not just to ignore me. You're ignoring half of my own relatives that are in Europe as well. Now, to you, President Trump, I got a message for you. This is a message for you. You stole from King Charles's relatives. Your relatives have a set of balls. You stole from King Charles's relatives and the Bank of London, and you expect not only myself, you expect half of my relatives that do foreign intelligence to be left out to die. And you think you can steal from my relatives with the Bitcoin and the cryptocurrency and etc. It's not going to work. I sued you, President Trump. I sued you. I went into family court and I sued you. I had $561 million. The company I was working at, $561 million this Advantage Solutions company stole from half a dozen apps. It's related to this incident that has to do with Andrew and Tristan Tate. You don't have the balls. If you pull that stuff with the American mafia, means even the British intelligence, they would shut you down. So I'm just warning you, with them being left in Florida, I would not do that if I were you. This is a warning. I'm warning you. Some of God's relatives, sometimes when I sleep, I have these odd dreams. But some of these people, like Yahweh's relatives, they don't like this nonsense. Hula hooping around in the churches. You're having people flipping around in churches. You think Jesus Christ tolerates that nonsense? He doesn't. And I told you with this nonsense, the golden age of Saturn nonsense, to your Florida state, you got some set of BS. To all those people that are freaking Jewish in Florida, you got some set of cojones going after two innocent people that didn't even do sex trafficking. It's amazing. So take care, guys. Have a pleasant and wonderful day.